So I haven't worked for like 2 or 3 years now. And people always ask me like, what do you do? How do you not have to work? How do you pay your bills? So I'll tell you, from when I was 19 to when I was about 26, I kept all my bills under $1,500 a month. Everything, all of it included, I did not go over $1,500 a month in bills. Car, gym, phone, everything. Meanwhile, I worked 2 jobs and I was making, I don't know, like 50, 60 grand a year at one job and like another maybe 10 to 15 at my other job. So for the entire year, all my bills, let's just say with miscellaneous stuff, like if I went to the movies or something, was like 20 grand a year is what I was spending, and I was profiting the other 50 grand. And since my bills were so low, I didn't really have to have much money set aside or saved for like emergency. So I would set aside maybe like 5 grand a year, like cash on hand that I have at all times, just in case, my car needs something or whatever. And the other like 45 grand of profit, I basically invested. But I didn't just invest in anything. I invested in Tesla way before it was cool, before anybody else in the country knew what Tesla was, because at the time I was living in California, and in California, those were the first people to get Tesla vehicles. So I knew about Tesla way before New Yorkers knew about Tesla. Because at the time, it was a very small company back in 2016 and 2017. So I ended up making, I don't know, like a 500 or 600% return on my money. So I cashed out on that. And then when COVID happened, I was investing all of my money into 2020. Because if you remember, the market took a huge dip, and basically that means the entire world is on sale. All the stocks are on sale. When tragedies happen, the stock market goes on sale. And there's a famous quote, the stock market's the only store that when everything goes on sale, nobody buys more. Well, the smart people buy more, because I knew Amazon wasn't going out of business. I knew Walmart wasn't going out of business. And you're probably asking me, well, how do you know that? Nobody knows what's going to happen in tough times like that. Yeah, I do. Because guess what? If Amazon goes out of business, then the government has to give 100,000 unemployment checks to people. And the government don't want to do that. So they're going to make sure that Amazon stays in business. I didn't invest in Amazon. I invested in other companies that I thought would have a much more upside, a much bigger upside. But that's just an example of like people are worried about all the wrong things. Whenever there's a tragedy, I'm investing. So that was like another 200, 300% return on my money. And then I cashed out there. And then I said, you know what? I'm done working for other people. I'm going to basically spend all my time learning, posting videos online, building a personal brand, running ads, meeting people, exploring the world, and just trying to find why I'm here. Really try to find my purpose. And that's what I've been doing for the last 2 or 3 years. So yeah, I basically made all my money just pressing the invest button on my phone. Because if working hard was the way to get rich, then construction workers would be the richest people in the world. But the real way to get rich is to be smart. And yeah, I made all my money just pressing invest on my phone, waiting a little bit, and then pressing sell, and then watching it deposit into my bank account.